appreciate everybody coming. Neil, would you roll call, please?
Jack. Here. Bo.
Here.
Kay.
Yes.
Kale. Here. Susan.
Here.
Jeremy.
Here.
And Randy's absent.
Okay, appreciate that. You've been sent prior to the meeting, the minutes of December 14th meeting, 2021. Or if you need to kind of review it real quick, Kale has already checked his. That was a joke, Kale, but.
Glad I made minutes twice.
Yeah. If no one sees any changes or mistakes, I would take a motion to approve minutes for December 14th.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion or did anybody catch anything else? Okay, I have a motion and a second. Roll call?
Randy. Or Jeremy.
Yes.
Susan.
Yes.
Kale.
Yes.
Kay.
Yes.
Bo.
Yes.
Jack. Yes.
Okay, motion has been approved. Item number 4, approval of financials to date, which is, I believe, your fourth page. The balance sheet. I will say, because I was on the email, but we did send, again, a request to, I always say this wrong, but Noita,
Yeah.
for the 20,000, the last Tuesday?
Something like
Wednesday?
that. They scheduled a meeting and it is tomorrow at
Okay.
9 o'clock.
So hopefully we'll hear more
Susan
about
will be
that.
there. I will. Susan knew about it, I guess.
Neil, anything else you want to cover on financials?
No, I'm going to draw your attention to the ABORD RC&C funds. Does anybody know what that is?
I don't know if it's the best way, but maybe our savings account or,
That's real car charges that are in an accrual account. We've never touched any of those funds since they were set up. The way we get those is for every train that comes through ABORD, the Economic Development Committee gets a small percentage. So since the inception, we've been putting it in, basically a accrual account that's there. We've never used it. So I wanted to make sure you understood, what it was on there. So if you have any other questions, just ask, and I will see if I can answer them.
are we still hitting up some of the businesses that might
Join?
haven't given what they've given in the past yet?
Yes, and I will report this, since we're on financials. Central National, Bank Central called, and they're gonna forego paying any more of their pledge until after this year. So, they had made one payment on theirs, and so I did get that call the other day.
Okay.
So how much is that, looking at this, Neil, so that's 1,750 is what they paid out of 7,000? Looking at, okay.
They pay that every quarter, or that's how they were set up.
Gotcha.
So we'll definitely, we'll be 52
Yeah, 50 short.
Low
Yeah.
5250, I guess. All right, any other questions, or if not, I would entertain a motion to approve the financials today.
I so moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call?
Jack?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes?
Kay?
Yes.
Kale?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes, sorry, I couldn't hear which one you said.
Okay, thank you. Item number 5, motion to enter executive session pursuant to statute 307B1 for the purpose of discussing employment of Neil Williams, executive director. Do I have a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is second. Roll call?
Jeremy,
Yes.
Susan,
Yes.
Cale,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Jack.
Yes.
Okay, have a motion to return back.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Kay and a second by Jack. Roll call, Neil?
Jack,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Cale,
Yes.
Susan,
Yes.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Okay, our minutes, have Jeremy keep the minutes of the compliance report. So for number 8, at this time, there's no action. So we will go to WCD, Woods County Industrial Development Update.
Meeting this morning, we had no movement on the Winoka incubator. Noida is having a legislative, NOAA is having a legislative event on the 28th of this month, starting at 6 o'clock. And there was no activity actually other than that.
What was the issue with the incubator building? You said in your report that he had a possibility for that.
Yeah,
but it
and
didn't come through? or-
Did not come through, and as of right now, I haven't taught him to visit with him to see if he's got anybody else in mind.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else on item 9?
No.
10, kind of giving that update for the date.
Yeah.
I did hear that, and I don't know if, I heard rumor that the Alva Chamber might be doing something as well
I think
during that
they are.
time or the day after.
The day after, we're gonna have elevator capital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Item 11, Executive Director Report. You have your report in front of you, so Neil, any highlights you want to cover?
Right now, we have a contract on Don Parsons' place for a retail store. Took a relative of Northwest Green Panels around looking at buildings for a restaurant. He's working on a lease agreement. Working with Jeff to get his business set up at Avard.
Who's Jeff?
The individual from Oregon with Northwest Green Panels,
What's his last name?
Saginaw.
Can you spell that? Cause I don't know.
Sagner.
Okay.
Working with Emblem Strategies on infrastructure for the rail park, and then EDA, we got a grant from them to have consultants come and do an inspection, and they will give us a gap analysis on infrastructure and direct us towards the kind of industry that we should be looking to attract. Still working on the high-speed internet for the county. The chamber, I noticed today, got their survey out. The art grants were submitted. We had a meeting with Pioneer, and so once we get those survey back, they can go to Pioneer to see if we can push that project forward. Was in contact with the company looking to develop land in Winoka. I've already submitted to get 3 quotes from the companies that Commerce has put on their list to do these grants. Turkey hunt, raising money for the turkey hunt, and got bids on rooms. I took Jeff Stagner to Avard, and he met with Stan Bixler and Randy McMurphy to locate a building site. And he'll be going to the Avard board next week to sign a lease.
Go back real quick, you said the ARPA funds, or ARPA grants have been,
Submitted.
they have been submitted?
Oh, yeah. I think everything that the 4 counties,
And that was through NOAA?
yeah, NODA,
NOAA.
are out of Enid. I think that's right.
NODA is headquartered in Enid. That's the cog for that area.
Okay.
And they're tied to the COG that used to be in Beaver, which is now officed out of Hooker, but they're all working together on grants.
And that was the ARPA funding for the internet
It was internet,
and the water infrastructure? Okay.
and also the road and lagoons and all that
Right.
at Avard.
Did you happen to get a copy of that, Neil? Of the grant application?
All you have to do, if I'm not here, is just ask Vicki at the COG, and they'll send you the grant. It's on the computer, I'm sure.
Okay. I just was curious if you had a copy, just,
I don't think
Okay.
I have a copy.
okay.
It's
No.
hard to, with submitting those grants, it's hard.
I know, you have
get
to
a
print
copy.
screen every time.
But there should be should have a summary.
I just meant if somebody got asked, we'd be a little more educated maybe about what was in it.
Yeah.
And then the the quotes on the Commerce grant, tell, what's the Commerce grant, what's it for? That's, I mean, particularly, I guess.
The Commerce Grant is you have site selection companies, which actually work with the company to find a location
Okay.
wherever. They will come out and they're going to look at what we have, the infrastructure we have, determine any shortfalls that we have, make those recommendations, and then tell us, primary what will work good out there.
Okay. And I want to follow up with the meeting with Pioneer that we had, because really I think it was Darren, myself, Neil, and Jeremy, were you able to come to that one, or was that just Darren that came?
I don't think I was in the Pioneer Trail.
I know we had some others that were invited, but everybody else kind of had things come up, but positive. But to take back to some of your folks, Kay, that had some concerns, it was a grant that they had already prior been working on. And I think from what they told us, it was specific of where they could put the underground fiber. They knew, I think they knew who we were talking about when we said we had some constituents, and they said that they had reached out and they can request that more, or that it can be extended, but it was a significant cost, so they have to have those proposals to the company. So I just wanted to make sure that, since we were kind of charged to have that meeting, it was, I think, very positive at the end. And
So you think they would be willing to sit down? I think it's that whole area from about 6 miles north of Camp Houston You draw a line straight west and it's everything north of
And actually, and I apologize for not bringing it, but we have, they did bring a map that I had, I asked if I could keep the map, but they've got projects through that grant that's gonna go through, do you remember? Maybe 2028 of basically all across Woods County, but I do have showing where basically all the lines will be, or what they've done, what they're working on, and what's proposed. So I can bring that to the next meeting.
I know they've been laying fiber cable, from the Freedom Winoka Blacktop south. I call it the Morning Star Road. They've been laying fiber there.
It's, once the project's done, we will be in much better shape with fiber. Now, getting it from those places maybe to, all of the people. I know one of the constituents, they said the big problem was it was a gravel or rock road,
Yeah.
so the cost was much more to bore underneath that road. So anyways, I just wanted to give an update.
And the amount that they were asking, kind of for a match wasn't near what we had thought the cost would be.
I have a question about the Commerce grant. What is the scope of work on that? On that, where
At
is it?
A-board.
At Avon?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I just wanted to confirm that.
So will they do anything on East Alva?
For the industrial park? No. The city's here's industrial park is full. It has, when I say full, I mean the land has been purchased. It belongs to individual companies, which, we no longer have control as a city.
Okay. Any other things you want to cover on your report?
I think that's it.
Okay. Number 12, any new business?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to move that we hold a special meeting on Monday, March 21st, 2022 at 12 o'clock p.m., this same location, with an executive session for the purpose of discussing employment of Neil Williams, Executive Director.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other comments, questions? Roll call?
Jack?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Cale?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay, so we will have a special meeting on Monday, March 21st at noon. Any other new business? Item number 13, any announcements? Okay, hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
A motion is second. Roll call?
Okay. Jeremy?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Cale?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
And Jack?
Yes.